Hi everyone, my name is Patty. Welcome to our channel, Relatively Refined. Well, today I have some things to share with you that I am pretty excited about. I have some things that I have been enjoying this summer that I wanted to share with you as we approach the end of summer, the beginning of fall. I wanted to be sure to share these things with you. I also have a few thrifted items to share. It's not been a great thrifting summer here, so it's been few and far between. And also, given the season of life that we are in, I just am not picking up as many things because I frankly don't need them, don't want them, don't have room for them. So I'm being really selective about what I pick up. But I will share with you what I picked up thrifting, some things I'm loving. And if you stick around at the end, I'm going to share with you a cocktail that I am really loving this summer moving into the fall. So if all that sounds good to you, why don't you grab a cold beverage and let's get started. Okay, as promised, I have a few items that I have picked up thrifting, and I shared with you in my last video, which I will link here or here and in the show notes, that I had picked up this medium-sized LL Bean bag, and it is so perfect for taking out to tag sales, thrift stores, rummage sales, because it holds just a small amount, and yet it's big enough to fit what I need. So I have in here just a few things that I have picked up thrifting. As I mentioned in the intro, it has been not the best summer for me for thrifting. I continue to go every single week to my usual haunts, but I have found the turnover is not great, kind of the same things every week. And as I said, given the season of life, empty nest, approaching retirement, looking at downsizing in the future, I'm really trying to be careful. Now, that being said, we are moving my son into his first apartment, so I will be thrifting for him at a later date, but he is really far away, so I have to do it when I'm down there visiting with him. It's not something I can buy here and save and get to him. So it's really been just a little bit more of a challenge this year. And while I still enjoy looking, I have not had the hauls that I would typically have to show you. So that being said, I do have a few items that I picked up. The first item I'm going to show you is a household item. I was inspired to pick up this strainer by my son, who, when he was home for college over the summer, really enjoyed cooking. He works in a restaurant, and he would sort of try his hand here at home and make up some great meals. So he was cooking the ground beef and trying to figure out how to strain the grease, and I didn't have anything for him. So when I was thrifting this summer, I found this, which I believe you can use for straining meat, grease from meat, but also pasta or vegetables. It like you hold it on the side of the pan and you can dump it out. So when he was here this summer, I brought this home and he used it and was really pleased with it. So I probably should have sent him with this, but I'm going to keep it here and maybe he'll find something similar where he is living at school. So anyway, I just thought that was a handy thing. I've never owned one, and I'm kind of surprised that I haven't after all these years, but it is something that is quite handy. Just a little stainless steel, has a handle, and works great. So I picked this up at the thrift store for 50 cents, and it has proven to be quite an invaluable tool, both for me and my son this summer. What else? So I picked up a couple of shirts. I am looking more at clothing at thrift stores than household items because it is just such an affordable way to build your wardrobe, get some nice staples, and I really find it very helpful for summer clothing because I'm kind of hard on clothing in the summer. I'm outside in my garden. I get stains on things. I get sunscreen on things, I get sweat on things. So I really try to keep an eye on how much I spend, because honestly, I don't need anything super nice for working outside. So that being said, I did pick up one thing which I will wear working in the garden, and the other thing that's a little bit more dressy. So I picked up a couple of sleeveless shirts. The first one is this really nice kind of heavy, I think it's like a rayon crepe type fabric, just a loose fitting, wide shoulder tank top. The armholes are not that big, which is a problem for me. I don't like to have large armholes. And well, at my age, I don't love wearing tank tops. I do find that this with a pair of jeans or white pants is a great way to transition in the summer from afternoon to evening. I can wear this downtown shopping and then, meet up with a friend, and it's light and cool and comfortable. And the weight of this is so nice. It has a nice drape, so it always looks pulled together. This is that fabric that you can like wad up in your suitcase and it doesn't wrinkle. So I love this. Now I'd love to tell you what brand it is, but the tag has been cut out, which I do see from time to time. And I heard somewhere, don't quote me on this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that when the tags are cut out, it's often a good, like a designer label. So maybe this was a really nice brand. I don't know, but I can tell you the quality of it just on the feel of it is great. And I can always use a nice black tank top like this shirt. And again, this is perfect for wadding up, throwing in my suitcase, and I can take it with me if we travel or go somewhere for a weekend. Perfect. So I snagged that. This was $2. So this particular thrift store, all shirts without buttons, so t-shirts, tank tops, those are $2. So this was $2. I need to launder it. And then this one is more something I would wear outside, working out in the garden, and just a more casual tank top. But there's a few things I really like about it. So again, with the underarm being kind of small, so I don't like a lot of space under my arm. So this is just a nice fit. It has a very tailored and polished fit despite being an average gray cotton tank top. I also like the high neck for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's more flattering. And two, if I'm out in the sun, it just provides a little bit more protection of that sort of décolleté area. So this has a nice high neck for that. It has, like I said, the tighter under the arm fit, which I really appreciate. And it's just a basic cotton gray tank top, no stains, no rips. I'm sure I'll take care of that. But for now, it is St. John's Bay, which I think is St. John's Bay. You'll see it like JCPenney, Kohl's, some of the moderately priced department stores. So this is nothing fancy, but I actually did not have a gray tank top, and this is perfect. Again, I can work out in the yard, and then if I need to run errands, I can put a button-up shirt over it, so to kind of cover my arms. So I was happy about this. Again, this was $2 because it was from that same thrift store where shirts without buttons are $2. Also at that same thrift shop, I picked up a couple of paperback books to add to my fall end of summer reading list. I actually picked this up a little bit earlier and was able to read this. This is a reread for me, but this is called Lemon Curd Killer. It is by Laura Childs. You may have heard my sister Paula talk about this author and her series of the Charleston Tea Shop Mysteries. So it's a great cozy mystery series where the protagonist is Theodosia Browning. She is a tea shop owner, and she and her partner in crime solving, tea sommelier Drayton, kind of work together to solve these mysteries. So she owns a tea shop. Theodosia Browning owns a tea shop in Charleston, South Carolina. And there's all kinds of very funny characters that come in and out. And the setting is always on point. And there's humor and there's recipes. And in this particular one, Lemon Curd Killer, Theodosia is hosting a tea in a lemon orchard during Charleston Fashion Week. And as if on cue, a murder takes place during the fashion show in the lemon orchard, and all kinds of antics ensue. And it is just a great little quick read. And like I said, there's great recipes in here. And it's the whole atmosphere of the Charleston tea shop. There's, references to antique stores and bookstores, and it's just absolutely just a quick, fun little read. So I enjoy those tea shop mystery series, and this one I know I've actually read them all. So I know this is a reread, but I kind of like to have these because they do have the recipes in them, and it's just a really fun, quick little read. So I was excited to snag this. Paperbacks at this thrift store are 50 cents. Another book that I picked up for 50 cents is this paperback, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Now, I have read this one many years ago, but I'd like to read it again. If you're not familiar with this story, it is really, really good. So this is by author John Berendt, and it is set in hauntingly beautiful Savannah, Georgia. It is the perfect blend of true crime meets Southern Gothic atmosphere with some of the most interesting characters ever. And it follows the story of a New York author who finds himself kind of immersed in the social scene in Savannah. And then a tragedy, very tragic event happens. And this author just starts digging deep into this enduring mystery around this particular crime. So you will be so drawn in by the characters and the setting and the mystery, and it's just all really well told. So I will be revisiting this book. It's been a minute, and we have traveled to Savannah, my family and I, and toured the house where this particular crime takes place. It's just an absolutely fascinating story. So I'm going to look forward to plunging into this now that I have a little bit more time, and folks are headed back to school or are back in school by the time this airs, back in college, and have a little bit more time to devote to this. So really, really great book, and a good one to keep by your bedside or your tote. And even though it is a true crime, it is told in such a way that it probably won't keep you up at night. So that's it for thrifted items that I picked up. Now let me show you something that I am thoroughly enjoying, and it is a garden tool. And I'm going to show you, as I mentioned in a previous video, another LL Bean bag I picked up. And this is to keep my garden tools in. Here it is. And so this tool lives in this bag, and it has made such a difference this summer in my gardening. It is called a Cape Cod weeder. It's like a little miniature hoe, almost, it looks like. And it has a nice, like a right angle here and a point. So this is really, really great for getting in between cracks of pavers, or I was using it to sort of hand edge around the walkway. It works fantastic. Perfect for pulling up weeds. I have a lot of crabgrass going on in my yard, and I can just pull it out so easily with this, can get in nice crevices. And then it has kind of the look of a heart hoe, if you know what that is, but hand version of that. And so this has just been a great little tool. I'll try to insert some footage of me using it, and you can see what a difference this makes. It's a wonderful tool. I got this on Amazon. I was trying to find it on Gardener's Supply site, but but I couldn't find the exact one I wanted. Definitely wanted a wooden handle. And so I ended up getting this on Amazon, but the brand is A.M. Leonard, and I will link this in the description box so if it's something you want to pick up. This one is really well made. It is a little pricey, but I'm hard on garden tools. I need them to hold up and last, and this has got some nice heft to it. It's really well made, and boy, has this made a difference this summer in my gardening. The next two items I'm going to show you, I actually picked up where they were inspired by my trip to Portsmouth. So if you haven't watched that video, I will link that one. And that is this sweater that I picked up. Now, we were in a boutique in Portsmouth, my daughter and I saw this sweater. It's by Southern Tide, and it's cotton. It's the softest, lightweight summer evening sweater, blue with white stripes. And I tried it on in this boutique and I absolutely loved it. And then I saw it was $148, and I sort of thought, well, I really can't spend that on myself right now. So I very politely folded up and put it back, and then thought about it. And the whole drive home, I thought about it. And when we got back home to Vermont, I was like, I'm gonna look that sweater up and see if I can find it, maybe from a used, clothing site or something. Well, it's by the brand Southern Tide. And so I went on their site because I wanted to make sure I was looking for the right sweater. And I've already forgotten the name, so I'll link it in the description. So when I went on Southern Tide to look up the sweater, it was $100 off. So it was marked down to $48. So it's still a little pricey for me to spend, but boy, did I jump on that because I thought, oh my goodness, it was meant to be. So I ended up ordering this from the Southern Tide site. It was $48. I think I had a coupon for free shipping, and I think even a 10% off my first purchase coupon. So I was so thrilled, and let me tell you, I wear this all the time. It's the perfect weight for like evening, either outside or in air conditioning. And I wish you could feel it. It is so well made, lightweight, has a nice neckline. I could model this for you. I could put this on and show it to you. I'll do that for you. But anyway, it's just a really, really nice sweater. And I was so glad I didn't get it there, because that would have been upsetting to have spent $100 more than I needed to. And I bought it directly from the company. So again, I will link that. I cannot recommend this sweater enough. I really try to thrift my clothes almost exclusively. When I don't, I end up spending too much money because I really do like well-made, high-quality things. So to find one that was so deeply discounted, I was very happy. And the other thing I was inspired to get in Portsmouth, I went into a store and saw these shoes. These are by Reef. They're these really cute little slip-on, two-strap cork sandals that have this really nice sole on them. They are so comfortable. Well, I saw these in this really nice kind of surf shop in Portsmouth, but they didn't have my size. So again, I was like, thought about them. And I got home and I went, this is by the brand Reef, which my daughter has Reef flip-flops and highly, highly recommends. So I went on the Reef website. I ended up ordering them. So these were not discounted or anything. They were the same price as they were in that surf shop, but I think they were quite affordable. They're really lightweight. They've got decent support, this nice cork. They're so, so comfortable. They have a lot of different styles of this particular one and color, but I like this strap is like a braided, and this is solid, and they just come in this kind of nice neutral tan color, which goes with virtually everything. So again, I'll model these and the sweater and you can see what they look like on but I highly recommend these. And like I said, they were not a lot of money for a nice little summer sandal. I thought that was a great purchase. Okay, for the final thing that I am loving, I'm going to have to take you into the kitchen to show you, and we're going to work together to make a little cocktail while I share this item with you. I wanted to share with you something I have been loving this summer, and it is a cocktail, and it is a Paloma. Paloma is a Mexican cocktail. I believe its origin is from Mexico, although I think the origins are a little bit murky. But we're gonna go with Mexico because it has tequila and lime, and Paloma means dove in Spanish. All right, let's get started with this Paloma. Let me turn you around and show you what we've got. All right, we have a good tequila, we have grapefruit soda, lime, salt, and I'll be adding ice. That is it. Now you can salt the rim of the glass, like put some lime and then dip it in salt. I actually prefer to just add a little pinch of salt. I don't love a salted rim, but that's personal preference. You do whatever you love. But this is so refreshing and good. Let's go ahead and make it. All right, you want a tall-ish glass. I'm just using my B glass. Again, you can salt the rim. So we're gonna start out with 2 ounces of good tequila. I am using the 818, 2 ounces. So I think this is 1 ounce. Yeah, this is 1. So we're gonna add 2 of these. 2 ounces of tequila, 1.5 tablespoons of lime, and just a pinch of salt. A stir. And top it off with grapefruit soda. I'm using Fresca. Now you can use grapefruit juice and club soda, which is grapefruit soda. So Fresca, same thing. And there is a Mexican grapefruit soda that is used, but I couldn't find anything of the sort. So Fresca it is. Put a little lime wedge in this. Sit on your front porch, and this is a perfect cocktail. All right, here is my beautiful, refreshing Paloma cocktail. Couldn't be easier, couldn't be more refreshing. So good. This is a really good one, so easy. What is it, three ingredients, and really, truly, don't skimp on the tequila, because I think a good one does make a big difference, because I was not a fan until I tried this, and this cocktail has been my summer go-to. I'll carry it out into fall. Super fun drink. So cheers. Thanks so much for watching. This is good. I should put a little lime wedge in there, I think. Really good. That's delicious. You should try it. Definitely make this that good. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you for letting me share with you some things I have been loving, some thrifted items, some books, some clothing, some household items. I hope that you've enjoyed that. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. That really helps us out. It helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube to know what people are enjoying, and it can help push us out there. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We are really enjoying bringing you content. We have worked really hard to get 2 videos out a week, and the reaction has been great. So please continue to do that. If you would like to leave a comment, that also really helps us out. So I'd really like to hear from you. What's the summer item that you've been enjoying this summer? I'm really loving that garden tool, and I have to say these new reef sandals are on point. I'm also sure enjoying that Paloma cocktail. So I don't know. You can leave me a comment on what you have been enjoying If you'd rather just leave an emoji, go ahead and leave an emoji. How about a sun as we say goodbye to summer, my very, very favorite season. I am a summer girl. You know that I've said that over and over again. I do not like letting go of summer. I like fall, but summer is my very, very favorite. So you give me a sun emoji, you're gonna make me very happy. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, take care and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I wanna thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you for letting me share with you some things I have been loving, some thrifted items, some books, some clothing, some household items. I hope that you've enjoyed that. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. That really helps us out. It helps the algorithm. It helps YouTube to know what people are enjoying. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We are really enjoying bringing you content. We have worked really hard to get 2 videos out a week, and the reaction has been great. If you would like to leave a comment, that also really helps us out. So I'd really like to hear from you. What's the summer item that you've been enjoying this summer? I'm really loving that garden tool, and I have to say these new reef sandals are on point. I'm also sure enjoying that Paloma cocktail. So I don't know. You can leave me a comment on what you have been enjoying. If you'd rather just leave an emoji, go ahead and leave an emoji. How about a sun as we say goodbye to summer, my very, very favorite season. I am a summer girl. You know that I've said that over and over again. I do not like letting go of summer. I like fall, but summer is my very, very favorite. So you give me a sun emoji, you're gonna make me very happy. All right, everyone, thanks again for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, take care.